What's up, family? Thank you for joining us for the second installment in this video series entitled Extreme Marriage Makeover. For those of you who watched the first video, you know that we talked about the art of forgiveness, or the act of forgiveness, and how important it is to forgive your spouse. That forgiveness is freeing. If you didn't see it, you want to watch that one. Today we're going to talk about the second thing that we think is important, something that is vital if you want to make over your marriage. And that is, you have to be able to communicate. There are so many things that have been said about communication. I'm sure that you have heard it. I've heard it. You've read it. I've read it. There's so many things that talk about communication being the key and mastering the art of communication and how important that is to marriage. I'm telling you that it is important to communicate with your spouse. If you can't communicate with your spouse, then your needs may not be met in the way that you want them to be met. Now, like I said, we're just going to touch these topics and jump off of them. So I don't want to keep you long. I'm going to give you 5 things. I call them the 5 T's of communication. And we're going to get started. We're going to jump right into it. The first T, you may think this is ridiculous, but the first T is talk. So many people in their marriages it's almost like you want your spouse to just figure out what's going on with you just through the process of osmosis. It doesn't happen that way. You're going to have to speak. You're going to have to say what it is you need and the things that you want, the things that you like, the things that you don't like. You're going to have to be assertive in your communication. Talk. The second T is tone. Because sometimes it's not about what you say, but about how you say it. There's so many things that we can say about that, but it speaks for itself. Watch your tone as you communicate with your spouse. The third thing is to be truthful. So many of us, we say certain things to our spouse, but we don't say everything. We don't tell them exactly how we feel. We hold some things back. Maybe we don't want there to be a conflict, or maybe we don't want the spouse to view us in a certain way. Whatever the situation may be, we don't always tell the truth. So you need to be truthful. The next thing is timing. I was in a seminar and someone said, it is not realistic that a couple talk about everything. I'm here to tell you that it is realistic. However, timing is important. You want to make sure that you're saying things at the right time. Timing is everything. The last T is touch. It is impossible, especially when dealing with communicating conflict or resolving conflict through communication. It is impossible to stay upset or to have the wrong tone if you're touching your spouse. Hold their hand, rub their head, whatever it is. Make sure that you give a loving touch. Those are the 5 T's that I want to leave you with. I read that the art of mastering communication is the key to increasing intimacy. Now, how many of you want intimacy in your marriage? It starts with great communication. So I want to leave you with that today. Talk, tone, being truthful, timing, and touch. Use these things, practice these things, and work your way to achieving an extreme marriage makeover. God bless.